Well, good day, everybody. So here we are. It's Saturday, and at the moment it's 2 minutes past 6, and we're in Cape Town. Okay, so we finally got here. We got here early hours of this morning, but it took us a while to get into the Airbnb that we're at. And just to give you a heads up, I can show you where we're at. I think the mobile, we're on the balcony of the apartment. There's Cape Town. The sun's going to set over there at the moment. There's been a truckload of charter boats back and forwards for their afternoon cruise. They do a sunset cruise later on in an hour or so. They'll all come out for that as well. We're just on the main drag here along the beach. It's not a bad spot. There's a little place here that is an Airbnb. So the boats, when they come in, they're going to have to sail past us here. So we'll be on the radio. We're about a 20-minute walk from the V&A waterfront, about 10 minutes in the car or something. So we can sit here on the radio and chat to them before we go out and monitor the finish line and stuff. So, and it was good to get here. I'm not sure whether this is even going to be working because this is the first time we've actually linked into the Wi-Fi here in the place that we've got. But I've got the Starlink ready. Starlink's not quite legal here in Cape Town, but we've got a roaming international account, so it should still work. You get a couple of months here before they lock you out. So if it's not coming live, then or staggering or whatever it is, we'll work it out from this one, and then we've got that. Now there's not a lot of lives to do yet. Once they get out and turn the corner, it'll all be over. They'll be here, and then it doesn't restart until the 28th of December. Sounds and looks good from Oregon. Cool. That's good. Thanks for that, living for loving. I won't ask how old you are or whether you're a boy or a girl or whatever. Could be anything these days. But anyway, that's a pretty good handle. So anyway, the big surprise today was it. I mean, Cape Town is booming, but it's got a bit of an impact on our berth over there at the waterfront for sure. The last time I was here was in the Ocean Globe Race stopover, which was November of 2023. Seems like yesterday. We had an apartment up the road a bit further around, and it is stunning. And now there's this massive hotel that's been built, and they're sort of renovating the foreshore there, so there's works everywhere and trucks and noises and noise, all the rest of it. But it looks like they're tidying up the main area next to the marina, probably getting ready for all the... they've got a big tourist bus, open-top double-decker with tourists in it. And it'll be all cleared away by the time the boats get there, but there's a bit of noise going on there. At the moment, it's right in front of the marina, and there's a tourist area down that side and other stuff over there. Anyway, they'll be here soon. I think KERI will be in possibly, depends on the speed. It's just rolled over. And look, he's slowed down a bit. So KERI's the only one out in the water. But I had a chat with Ayrton today and earlier today, and he said that it looks like he and Eric will get away, and the others are going to wait until possibly Tuesday. Because the issue now is not so much as there is another tourist bus. Sheepers, open top, double decker, with two. There's a lot of tourism here, and it's coming up to peak season, of course. Anyway, Eric and Ayrton are underway, probably tomorrow morning, and so it's not about getting here the quickest now. It's just getting here the fastest time at sea. Remembering that, so they're better off all waiting until they can see a consistent breeze. Boom, boom, and we'll have a look at the weather in a minute. But if I remember rightly, it's quite calm and fluky out there. The other funny thing was there's a guy called James Kerschel, I think it is. I started following him years ago. He motored around the world doing something or other. I forget how he motored around or went around. Anyway, then what got me is he flew a gyrocopter around the world, and I was always interested in flying a gyrocopter around the world, or flying around the world. That was the first one, and then I realised it could be done in the gyrocopter, but then there was political issues, and he did it before it even got to the stage where I was sort of semi-serious because I was always doing other stuff. Anyway, he did it. He was one of the two of them did it at the similar time, so I forget who was technically the first, but anyway, he flew a gyrocopter around. And now he's actually sailing a Class 40 around, but to my great surprise, I followed him last year, Had a problem in Cape Town, I think, with an engine, so he pulled out, and now he's set off again. But he seems to have crew. He's got crew with him all the time, and they left Cape Town here 3 days ago, or two or 3 days ago. But I was just scrolling through Facebook, and he said, I just spoke to this dude, KERI, sailing around the world in his mini globe race." so KERI must have chatted to him. And that post only went up like about 15 minutes ago. So they must have converged or seen each other. He's going the traditional way around the world. KERI's coming the opposite way. So they must have passed, and they're both Poms, so they would have had a nice chat on the VHF. Anyway, and I thought, oh, jeepers, it's about to roll over, so we just set it up, and here we go. Anyway, so that's the general game plan. I'm going to roll over. I'm not sure how the audio. I decided to do it out here on the balcony. It's a pretty cool little place, this one. We're up on one floor up, so straight over the water. Very cool. You lie in bed and just look right over the water. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go over to the tracker. So you're now on the tracker. No, that's me. Oops. Hang on. Jeepers. I've got to think. I only slept for about 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours last night. Right, so you're on the tracker. Now I'm on the tracker. Not a lot to look at, just KERI. And he was down to about 4.5 knots previously, and he's now doing 4.5 knots still. So it's, I think it's stabilised. Like there's just a fantastic wind gradient there from the southwest. So as we were suggesting on the game plan, he worked his way around that little a little low pressure cell that was there, and he seemed to keep moving pretty well, but not exactly doing the 10 knots he was doing previously. So 4.5 knots, 91 mile day. That's not so bad, because that's 91 miles based on the run line over here. So even though he's been dipping down and so on, it's 91 miles from there to there, if you know what I mean, over the last 24 hours. So still pretty respectable. And he has got distance to go, 177 miles. So there's no one else on the course, so we don't have to worry about any of that. If we look at the currents while it's there, it's a beautiful blue sky day here. So he's got no adverse current. The wind's coming from the southwest, so it's similar to this current. The current's taking him north. It's not doing any help. When he gets down across here a bit more, he'll be getting the benefit of that. Cloud-wise, we're blue sky here. He's still in the clouds. So, and if I pull this back, just to show what system's there, there's a high pressure system there that's South Atlantic high. Not quite there yet, so he's got a good breeze all the way around. Now, look, coming back to the wind, there's that front that went through. There it is there. It's extending north of Durban even now. If we look at the wind there, this is the interesting part. KERI was able to get out there, because if you were stuck in Mussel Bay at the moment, it's a bit hard. There's light winds and it's still forward of the beam. So I'm just going to work this through every 3 hours. Let's just see what happens. And bearing in mind, think of think of Ayrton and Eric. They're getting out tomorrow morning. So that's only 12 hours away now. So there goes, there it is. There's not much wind there. So for boat speed, I can see why it's not a strong airflow. That's about where they would be out in the morning. I mean, it's pleasant sailing. There's no question. I think it'd be fair to say that for Ayrton and Eric, you guys are locals. It'd be fair to say that they're going to have a nice sail. KERI's challenge will be hanging on to this breeze. If he parks out here, he needs to get a move on. So if he's doing 4.5 knots, and that's effectively about 12 hours, so 10 to 45 miles, it's touch and go. KERI may run out of breeze and just sit there. The forecast has changed dramatically. Remember, just 2 days ago, this was going to be hooting across here. He was going to be on another 28, 30 knots again, and now it's just opened up into this bit of a hole, which is a ridge squashing around. This is a major squash centre of the high pressure system that's coming across from the Atlantic going to the east, and he's at risk there of possibly slowing down a bit, maybe even dramatically. So let's just keep pushing it through to see if that's going to come down? The wind, oh, it's coming down. Okay. All right, not so bad. So he's got enough breeze there. It's not going to be quick. The next 12 hours is not going to be quick. And that's 1700. That's about where it is. So he's really struggling to get up to that stronger breeze. It's not going to be quick. It's a slow 24 hours, and it's holding there. Jeepers. That's not exciting at all. So compared to the ground that he would have caught up on, even then, in 2 days, there's the first. Jeepers, he's really going to be fighting to hang on to the breeze. Okay, so there's the 2nd of December. The guys in Mussel Bay, the ones that didn't get away, if Ertz and Eric get away, that's okay. They've got a lack of breeze, if anything, similar, and it's kicking in there. So that's on the 2nd. So tomorrow's the 30th, and then Tuesday. That's about when they'll leave. That's late in the day on the 2nd might be the time to go, because then they've got a few days there. You can see it's solid. So it's all favourable wind directions. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, they'll be there pretty much by then. 4th or 5th, I think we'll see then. So that's all kind of interesting. Anyway, so in summary, yes, KERI's doing okay, but he's not going to be going fast. Whether he's probably going to be a bit slower than the guys leave on Tuesday. The 2nd day of their trip around the corner will be quite windy. It'll be quite fast, so they'll be doing the usual 7s and 8s and so on. And KERI's still going to be sitting on 4s and 5s, and hopefully he'll hang on to the tail end of it. If he falls behind, big problem. Anyway, all interesting. We'll be there. We'll be happy to see them when they get here. And then they'll have a right old time. If the main body of the fleet gets in on, say, the 5th, probably the 5th sometime, starts on the 28th, so they've got 3 weeks, which is about right. They'll be happy with that. I think Erton's going to bail out as soon as he gets here. He's got some family issues to deal with and so on. So I think as soon as he gets here, he takes the boat out of the water. And then, did I get any reports? Stand by. I've just got to get my phone. Okay. Sorry, I've just got to check for reports here. Hope the audio is still okay. Bit of traffic, but it's nice out here. Here we go. Here we go. Entrant reports. Nope. That's normal. Nope. I've got no entrant reports from there. Nope. That's it. Nope. Okay. So just a quick g'day, and then we'll see. I'll do a quick update sometime tomorrow. Oop, I lost my key. Here it is. Just depend on what's happening. So, g'day, Don. Glad you made it safe to Cape Town. Thanks, John. Sounds look good. Cool. Cheers, mate. You might want to do your lives inside to cut down on the traffic noise. Yeah, but that's part of the fun now. This is the first one. I agree. But anyway, I just thought I'd check it. At least it looks like the internet's fast enough. So don't worry, when we're doing the real stuff, we will do it properly. But I just thought this is a bit of fun to show you where we are. Christine, good evening from Mussel Bay. And great watching competition. Thank you for the updates. Care for a turkey sandwich. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving. Anyway, when we got here, we couldn't get in here, so we went and did all the shopping. Food in Cape Town is unreal. People are super friendly. They're cool. Had conversations with a lot of people, even standing out at the bloody airport, the black guys. I say that with respect. I really like it. They're great. I said, "Oh, what's this 580 thing?" When we tell them they're blown away. The same with the guy at the car, the hire car. He was just chatting away and said, "What you doing?" Blah blah blah, and he just couldn't believe it when I told him what was going on. And then I met a groupie. Oh, jeepers! I'm just about to hang up in a minute. I was coming out of the supermarket in the underground at the waterfront. This lady comes up, really nice lady, and the daughter said, "Oh, Don McIntyre." And I thought, "Oh, right, how come I know you?" Because I was thinking Asia Glow. He said, "No, I've been following the GGR for a long time, and blah blah blah." So it was really cool because Kirsten was the big winner in the GGR, and Jeremy Bakeshaw was GGR as well, and the Ocean Globe race had Jarrett on board their boat in the Ocean Globe, so there's been lots of South African connections, and they're all. And we've got a lot of volunteer friends here, so I'm about to contact them tomorrow probably and say, hey, let's get together, say hello. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll come back and I'll make sure the audio's fine. We'll do it from inside, but it's very pleasant down here. Yes, it was mild temperatures, not like Paris. It was snowing, but not for you. See you later.